To start out, I've used my Liquid Gold Peptides from Gave Gold, which I've used in a video not so long ago. I thought I'd get that done so I don't bore you. The next thing I'm going to go in with is the CYO Highlighting Concealer. I got this yesterday and I just was... Okay, that's not a light shade like it claims. I got this yesterday and it was only like £1.50 and I just thought, well, let's just give it a go. Well, that has some really nice coverage. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I'm actually so shocked. Overall, not too bad. I mean, it is a bit more of a natural looking concealer. I thought it had a bit more coverage than what it did, but it's not my sort of full coverage concealer, TBH. What I'm going to go in with next is a mix of foundation. So I'm going to use the MAC Studio Sculpt foundation and then also the L'Oreal Infallible in Vanilla Rose. I have faked hands today, so I feel like the MAC shade is actually going to be a bit too light. And then on the outer perimeter, I'm going to put the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. I feel like they've played around with their shades. Is that going to be too light? You know what, to make things more confusing, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline, what is this, the Super Stay foundation. Really good. I love this foundation, but it oxidizes really bad. And I feel like it doesn't happen to anyone else. And I'm like, this foundation oxidizes. Now I'm going to do is go in with a bit of MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Not too much because I've already laid down a base for concealer. But I do just want to bring this area out a little bit more. I've gone back to this concealer. This is literally, they need to change the packaging because it's just ridiculous. You feel like you want to throw away the concealer because you can't literally get any more out. You can take the lid off it. I showed you that in one of my makeup organisation videos, so if you haven't watched that, please do go and have a little look. So I have a new filming area. I've just, well, I say just, I've been here like a few months. I've not long moved into my first home with Ben and it's been so exciting. It's been so busy and so expensive as well, but for first home we just got so lucky with this house. We really did. That's concealer done. I'm going to go in with an e.l.f. powder and this is just in the shade of Sheer. This is a translucent powder and I'm going to take that on my e.l.f. powder brush. These were like the real OG brushes of the time. For that reason, I have not been doing anything YouTubey, plus I have a full-time job, which I love as well. So it's just been nice to get something set up so that I can just sit down, you know, if Ben's not here or if I'm off on holiday and stuff. Like, it's just been so nice to just have an area to do loads of filming with, which is why I've done a makeup. It's not necessarily declutter because I'm not really getting... Some of yours look really orange. It's not necessarily a decluttering video because I don't intend on getting rid of any stuff. It's just moving it about and giving it a clean. Next, for my bronzer, I'm going to go into the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. This is only a tester, but I really like these, and it literally... I think this might be the second bronzer that I have ever tried from them. My first one was, I think it was like Beach Bunny or something bunny, and that was my favourite bronzer of all time. But this one is really good as well, and it legit smells like chocolate. Like, it doesn't really smell like chocolate, it smells like fake chocolate, like, you know, kind of more vanilla. Okay, so now we are all bronzed up and looking even more orange than I had anticipated. I'm trying to get back into blush because I've seen loads of people wearing blush and they've just made it pop, and it's just making me think, oh, you know, I really just want to get back into blush. So I'm going to take the Blushing Hearts Triple Baked Blush from I Heart Makeup in the shade of Peachy Keen. Looks like this. They're really, really cute. They're more, I would say, bronzers, but they add just such a nice glow to the skin, and it's not like overly pink, even though I've just dabbed what looks like loads of pink on my face, so that's not great. But yeah, I'm getting really back into blush, and to be honest, I have like a whole load of collection. There you go, just change the exposure because it's making me look orange. Like, I'm not this orange in person. Let me see if I can just open the window. I definitely don't look this orange in person, but I just like to go around everything once I've done my blush and bronzer, just to sort of tie everything all together. For highlight, I'm going to go into the Crush on You Super Shock Highlighted Palette from Colourpop. I love this. I need to use it more, which is why I'm getting it out today. I don't know what shade, maybe this just comes in one shade, I'm not too sure, but they're like this. They are like their Super Shock eyeshadows, so they are incredibly smooth. These for highlights. And they blend so nicely into the skin as well. So what I do is I just take this above, I'm literally just dipping into all the shades, by the way. I like to make a mix. But I like to put this over my eyebrow, corner it onto my cheekbone, and then just sort of like join them together on an angle. So then what I have been enjoying doing is getting out a product again that I haven't used for ages, and this is the Kiko 208 eyeshadow, which again, back in the day, a real OG for highlighting. I like to just go over the top with this and some of the high points, not like all of it, because it just seems it's a bit too much in your face. I'm not forgetting the Cupid's bow. Careful, because you might look like you get a little mini moustache. Okay, and then once I'm done, I like to just go back in with everything and just fuse it all together. I feel like this makes a hell of a difference when you do this. So what I'm going to move on to now are brows. I'm going to do this off camera because it gets incredibly boring, and trust me, like, nobody likes filming their brows because it is so tedious. But what I am going to go in with is the L'Oreal Brow Artist, just to fill in any brows. And then I'm going to go in to fill them in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in Taupe. I am new to this, by the way. New to this, love it, stays on all the time, so a huge fan. So eyebrows are done to where they need to be. I'm next going to go into the eyeshadow palette here for Makeup Revolution. Not sure if you can still get this. It might be limited edition, but I know that quite a few people did have this in their sort of eyeshadow collection, but I know that you can get very similar ones to these shades. They're not just like exclusive shades to this palette. I literally have probably that shade and that shade in maybe 2 or 3 different palettes. But what I'm going to do is take the first shade here, which kind of looks satiny, but I believe it is a matte, and I'm just going to pop this into the crease. I always feel like I say that. I'm just going to do this and just going to do that. It needs to stop. This look today isn't anything adventurous at all in the slightest, because I have so much to do today, and I just feel like I want something like my go-to makeup to, I feel like I just want to do my go-to makeup so that it's something I feel comfortable in, you know, so I think that's just what I'm going to do today. I have ordered an eyeshadow palette from Beauty Bay. I think it's from Ace Booty, I think it's called. I think it's Ace Booty. I think that's what it's called. So I've ordered that, and I do plan to sit down and just really push myself with, you know, what I can do, because I'm still always learning with makeup. I think everybody is. So then what I'm going to do is just go back into this, the shade next to it, which is a bit more of a lighter shade, so this champagne-y shade here, and just go into the inner corners so that we've got a bit of a gradient effect going from the inner part to the outer part. So much about these as well, these like frosty shades, is they don't bunch up. So it's one issue that I have with my Huda Beauty. The very first palette she brought out was that the product can bunch up, and it can literally pull your whole eyelid together and just make it look like a crackly like mess, like it really can. So I think you just need to be so careful when working with it. But these just work so incredibly well. What I'm going to do is then just go into this shade. Sorry, I keep looking at the window. I've got my window open and it's so distracting looking out just to see who's like having a look, even though I'm sure people have got more important things to do. I'm going to take the darker shade just here and use this on the outer third just to meet in with the gold shade. Have I made a mistake? I'm not sure actually, I probably should have left that where it is. This always happens when I film makeup tutorials. Always happens. I go in and I'm like, I'm gonna do a natural look, and it just never happens. Never happens. I'm then going to do is just take a little bit of whatever's left over on my brush, because I don't want the bottom to be this dark, and I'm hoping it doesn't come out the same. I'm just taking whatever's left and just running that underneath my lower lash line so it doesn't look like I've got like a Bratz doll face. Just chuck that underneath, like. Taking another brush and gonna blend that out, because I feel like if I've got like a really dragged down lower lash line, I have to put on eyeliner. Okay, so what I'm now going to do is go in with my Makeup Revolution Awesome Double Flick Liquid Eyeliner. Two sides to it, so it's got like a really thin nib and then like a thicker one as well. Not a big fan of the thicker one. I quite like ones that are like this, but I'm a bit keeping my safe haven when it comes to liquid liner, because I know it works for me. So sometimes using a pen like this can be quite difficult. So that will do for now. I'm going to take my Thick and Fast mascara from Soap & Glory, which I've been using so much recently. I haven't actually been wearing too many false eyelashes at the minute. I tried this glue. Well, I didn't try the glue, like I've always had this glue and I always repurchase it. And it literally, like I took my eyelashes off and they started to get a bit itchy, and it was late at night, so I thought, right, I'm going to take them off anyway. But my eyes started getting so itchy and I took them off, and I'm not kidding you, my whole, like the bit close to my lash was so red. And then I got up in the morning and again, so itchy. I think one was bleeding and they had just swollen up, and I was just like, oh my God, like this eyelashes glue has definitely done something to me. So I threw out the eyelashes just in case it was those. I got rid of the eyelash glue in case it was that one. And it must have been, because I used one yesterday from Revlon and that worked absolutely fine. It felt a smidge bit itchy, but has anybody else had that, like where you've worn eyelashes for such a long time? Like I've been wearing them for years. Could it be that I've just developed like a sudden latex allergy maybe, or was it just dust? I don't really know. Okay, so I'm gonna let those dry and then gonna go and find some eyelashes as I'm talking about them burning my eyes. So I've just popped some eyelashes on. What I've done is cut the fronts of them because they're too long at the front, and I've just kept it so that everything's sort of pulled outwards. So I'm just gonna take some mascara and just fuse them back together. The eyelash glue I've used, by the way, is, like I said, from Revlon. It's the Precisely Clear. So to finish off the look, I'm going to go on with lips. Two very inexpensive products that I've been loving at the minute. One is from Makeup Revolution. This is the Echelon lip liner. These are so creamy. Do you sharpen these? I don't know. I've never owned one before, so I'm going to have to find out that. So once that's all filled in, I'm then going to go into a lipstick from Primark. I got this with one of my BFFs, Kaylee. We went into Primark and just had like a little mooch round, and we both got one of these and we absolutely love them and wore them the next day, and we both realised we were wearing it the next day. Anyway, the most boring fact ever. I don't know what the shade of this is, but it's literally the nude, not the nudist, but I think the one up. They smell absolutely amazing. I think you really have to work with them because sometimes they can be a little bit too drying. Then just over the top or in the middle, I'm going to take this shade, I think this is Inside Access from Smashbox. I picked this up from the cosmetics company store, which is like they sell discounted like high-end makeup for £4. So this is how everything come out. I think it looked really, really cute. Let me take these out because I'm getting my hair done soon, so I'm in the process of going back blonde, and I'm at the stages where my hair will go orange and yellow if there's like when the toner washes out, whereas in my next few hair appointments after everything's all done, because this is dyed brown apart from this bit which is like my own hair, when you wash out the toner, when you're going through that process of going back to blonde, your hair will go very orange and very yellow. So can't wait to not have that. What I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm actually going to go and film a video about my Milk and Blush hair extensions, show you how I put them in, how I style them and stuff. So I will come back to this video, but I'm going to do my Milk and Blush ones as a separate video. So for now, I will see you in a minute. Hey everybody, so I am back. I have just filmed a very quick tutorial with my Milk and Blush hair extensions, so I will link that down below for you guys. But this is where I'm going to leave today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this whole new backdrop is working somewhat okay. I think it's working better than what it used to. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye.